Welcome back to another episode of Talk Time with Yazzy. It's your girl Yazzy Yaz, and
La la, use your tongue.
uh, okay, y'all. Now this episode is gonna be the art of cutting people off and protecting your peace without guilt. Now that's just a sugar coated way to say it.
Okay.
So the energy might be a little woo woo because people done tried. La, use your tongue.
Yes, we have. Tried ain't the word.
Right,
That's the light version.
right. So, she's like, I'm taking my piece back, which we've talked about
Correct.
so much on this channel. So it's like, it really be like, God be like, here we go, an example, and
Yes. I feel like it'd be a little bit of both. I feel like I was going through so much and it was like boom, 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 boom. And
yeah,
I sat in my room for a second and I was like sad, right? Because it was emotional. I had a lot of things, not just what people were doing for me, but what I've been through and all that. And, it was kind of piling on.
yeah,
And then I like got up this morning and I'm like, up, I'm good. I got a plan. I'm finna move forward.
yep,
um, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna leave this person behind. We'll talk about that later. I'm gonna do these things to move forward. And then the devil was like, oh,
yep.
so you didn't got up and took a shower and you think that these problems
You
ain't
were
gonna
ready
come
to
get you
take
back
on
in
the
your house?
world.
Right. Now here goes some more stuff. How about this? How about that?
Yeah,
And instead of me overreacting, I was just like, all right, I'll take care of that too. Next.
yeah.
And my tribe, once again, and some new people to enter my tribe too. I see you, Jerry. There's new people entering my tribe, right? But
If
my
y'all
tribe,
know, you know.
and if you know, you know. But my tribe jumped into action, to where it wasn't just on me, and I appreciate them. So shout out to my tribe. Shout out to my potential tribe members.
Ooh,
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Yazzie, because you're another one. You're a real one.
stop.
Trying to keep me on track. But so if my energy is a little low, I apologize. I'm a little tired, right? But I ain't out. I'm still
Hey,
here. I'm with it.
hey.
I be serving it up, 2 piece spicy, extra hot.
Okay. Now I gotta do the sound effects. We're not even gonna play it. Earlier. She was on YouTube trying to find sound
I was
effects.
looking for my tambourine sound.
I was like, no, it's gonna clash with the audio.
You didn't let me.
um, but we here for it. We here for it. And also, shout out to her tribe because I got an exclusive invitation to Friendsgiving, and I'm finna eat down. You feel me? I thank y'all. Thank you. I will be classy and cute, and I will keep it on mute.
That was cute.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I studied that. Anyways, but let's start off. So our first thing is gonna be, what are the signs when it's time to let go? Um,
You can start, yes.
you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like some examples they have is just like lack of support. I feel like a lot of people take that one and they're like, all right, then you don't love me, or like, we not, whatever, you know what I mean? And I feel like people don't
Mhm.
really understand everyone goes through phases in their life.
Yes.
So it's like, I'm more of a person that I try to be, I guess I consider it, just because I know like a lot can happen in a day. Like I'm in a family where I could be
Ugh.
like, feel like a Disney princess, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so magical. And then I open my eyes and I got kidnapped by Saul. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, you know what I mean? And it's
Girl,
like,
yes.
and
Yes.
I gotta be ready. I can't sit there and be like, ah. It's like, okay, so what are we doing? How are we escaping?
Correct. Correct. And yep. And while
Yeah.
you're dealing with that, somebody just got suspended from school. No, I understand
Ooh.
completely.
Ooh.
If you know, you know.
Okay. I'm like, not the sound effects. Yeah. So I feel like I get, like, people get the aspect of like lack of support. And I think it just really just depends on an individual person. I would say before I used to be like, okay, lack of support equals like you're not really rocking with me. But I've learned to realize that I'm the type of person where I have so much of a support of my own. And this is shout out to La. She literally just explained this to me. So I had to take a step back and be like, you right, you right. Like I don't realize because I'm like, oh, I didn't come from like such like I came from a big family, but you know, like how we're setting. I cut some people off and I was like, okay, I got a small circle. And then I didn't realize like my circle got bigger. And I'm like so used to being like, oh, I got these people and I still got those people. So I go to and I'm like, I'm good when I'm going through something. But when my friends or something are going through things and they're like, not necessarily communicating it or even just like giving that energy, I guess I don't be like realizing it because I'm so like, okay, say it if you need me. Because in my head, I'm like, we doing normal activities, and I'm like, I'm going through a lot right now. So I'm one track minded. You know what I'm saying? And normally,
Mhm.
like I said, we get very like, oh, my mind could be here and my mind could be there. But when I gotta lock in, I'm in a saw mode right now. My phone is not near me. They they
Mhm.
they they, they stole me. I don't have
Right.
my phone. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's literally that. It's like I
Yes.
can't get to you. The birds can't even send you a message if I was a Disney princess. So like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But yeah, that's what I
Absolutely.
would say. What about
And
you?
in that, kind of just building on that, with Yazzie, I think we have to understand too, because of our personalities and they're so big, people draw to us.
Yeah,
And when they don't have, we're so like even with like say with my tribe, they're so loving and caring and they take me in. So like I get enthralled in that, right? But there's
yeah,
other people that are not in my tribe, but they are my friends that are like, hey, like we need you. You're our person.
yeah,
You're our person. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Like you
yeah,
guys are in this section. You're over here. So it's like branches of relationships that need watering too. And
yeah,
sometimes we forget because there's our circles can be so big,
yeah,
right? Or we going through something and we have to realize you got to step out of it. It's like parents know a lot about this. It's like even to, like with me going through all my stuff, two of my daughters, needed me. And
yeah.
and at first when they called me, I'm like, what? Right? And they like, well, mom, you don't sound. I'm like, girl, I just spit it out. Like, but
Right.
then I had to step back and say, okay. I told him, I said, mom's going through something, but at the end of the day, I'm still your mother. I
Yeah,
still need to pour into you. I still need to see what you need from me. So I had to step outside of myself to tend to them, to water them. And sometimes we have to do that.
yeah,
And it's like we're going through so much, but sometimes that attention of the person that'll say, you busy, and you be like, girl, yeah, I'm calling you back. Well, they're gonna be like, well,
yeah,
call me back. Instead of them saying, hey, call me back because this is important, or hey, call me back. I was just, I hadn't talked to you and I'm missing you.
yeah.
Sometimes we miss those cues because there's so much going on.
And I
So
am definitely I do that. I
mhm.
do that.
And we're learning to, every phone call needs to be, hey, do you need something right now? We need to learn how to do that because now we're not understanding that other people are not doing that. And then it's like, well, you didn't call me back. It's like, girl, but don't you know I was going through 16 different things when you called me? Or son, mommy was doing this, this, and this, and I forgot. But let
Yeah,
me know. So if you listening to this, let us know. Hey, it's important. Call me back. Or it's not. I always text people. It's not a
yeah,
911, but it's important. Call me back.
yeah,
So that's the part I think of just finding like those signs and then understanding where that person is and identifying where that relationship is, right?
yeah,
Because sometimes the relationship is in flat line. Can you bring it back? Is it a do not resuscitate? Like,
yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, that kind of leads into the next topic. But I mean, are you good with?
yeah, I'm okay. I feel like what we were talking about just signs of like understanding like where when it's time to like break away or deal with the
Yeah.
people that you may need to cut off. I mean, those signs too are like, are you drained? Are these
Yep.
people draining you? Are they pouring into you or are they draining you? Now, relationships are give and take, right?
Yep.
There are going to be moments where they drain you because there's going to be moments where you probably drain them. But are they pouring into you? Are they loving you? Are they investing in you? I'm
Yeah.
not just talking about money, your time, caring if you're sick. You know what I mean? Those kind of things are important. And but if you're not feeling that, every time you talk to this person, you're like, oh, like I gotta
Yeah.
prepare myself because there's people like that.
Yeah.
And I've been through that in the relationships. I've been through that with my kids sometimes where it's like, oh, I know that this is going to be, they're not calling me to say hello.
Yeah.
They calling me for my brain. And right now I ain't got it. So just knowing like maybe you are the person for them. Like, look, I'm depleted right now. Maybe
Yeah.
we need to, find something healthier. Maybe you need to talk to a therapist and not me. You know what I mean? Because it's some people are draining, and some people want to drain your lifeline. So that's a different thing too,
Yeah.
right? Some people just look, okay. You know what,
You're
Yazzie?
like, we're getting too deep.
Yes, yeah.
You're like,
Trigger,
I plead the fifth.
triggered.
Not the
So
sound effect. Now, oh my
so
gosh.
let's go to the next thing.
Right. I
And
was
I'm sure
like,
all
ooh.
of this throughout the podcast will weave in and out. So we may be
Right.
off topic, in topic, but it's all the same. How to cut somebody off when necessary.
Okay. Which is the next topic. Um, or actually, that was not the next topic. That was the last topic. But the next topic is why we struggle with it. Some people can feel like guilt. They can have like so much history, feel loyalty, and just be like it's too hard to walk away, or
Mm-hmm.
even just fear. I mean, a lot already was like nah, but another one is like just the fear of feeling judged for like quitting on someone,
Mm-hmm.
which I get her. I'm also like that's not really I'm not that type of person that's like no someone's gonna think like
Gonna be mad at
I
me. I
gave
do.
up. It's like hey look I tried we tried our best
Right. Yeah.
and it'd be like it sucks and it hurts but it's like I gotta choose me what is it
I,
I gotta choose
I gotta choose
myself
me, Lucy.
yeah literally
I
so
gotta choose me.
literally so I'm like what like literally. So I get that aspect. And like the only thing I would say, like, when it comes to that is probably when it does come to like marriage. Such when
Mm-hmm.
people have like kids. Like I feel like a lot of people do struggle with that. Cause even when I was like, okay, like me and my husband are like, okay, we might be getting our divorce. And it was like when I put my status on Facebook, it was like 50-50. You had people like, hey,
Not
so,
fair.
like, I'm sorry, but you trying to come through? I'm like, are you for real? And then it was like the support and stuff from other people. So it was just really good. And we just like had to like lock in with ourselves and just like
Mm-hmm.
start to get back to like our roots. And so that's what we're doing. And it's been great. We're
Yeah.
blooming again. Um, but with that, it's like you really start to learn, like, okay, there are people that are like preying on your downfall, kind of like how you were saying, like
Mm-hmm.
people that are like draining your lifeline or trying to like give you bad advice because they like, I want you to be worse than me, or like,
Correct. Misery loves company.
yes. So there's that, or even just like when it comes to loyalty and history, like that's something else that I'm very much like there's so many friendships that I already feel like ended over reasons that I was like I didn't feel like I did anything, and if I did, it was like not that deep. It could have been a conversation, but again, like people are young, and they be like, I don't want to deal with confrontation or whatever, and people be thinking I'm the big bad wolf, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, sometimes I
Got
can be, so hey,
Yeah, that's true.
roll the dice, baby.
Hey.
And if you're willing to take it, if the friendship is worth it, roll the dice, baby. And
Yeah.
that's all I can say. What about you, Law? Take it away. Ooh, bars. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Bar. I think people like you said the struggle of like fear with others things that's definitely not who I am because people and that's the one thing I've learned once again in this beautiful age of mine. I'm starting to embrace this beautiful age of mine instead of fear.
Yes.
That people that know me, right? So I don't have to worry about if I'm gonna be embarrassed because they know if I cut you off, you did something because Lala's a writer.
Yep.
I'll go through. I tell people all the time, I will go through the fires with you, but you won't drag me. See,
Yep.
I'll walk beside you. I'll have you have your back, your side, and your front. But I won't allow anybody to drag me through anything,
Yeah.
right? So that shame that people throw on me, I've been said people have said that before. Go back to the other podcast where like,
Yeah.
oh, if you leave me, you're gonna be embarrassed. Not I, said Lala.
Please.
Like that's not me. But now I feel like loyalty because I'm so loyal. Like I said, if you either in or you out, that's kind of how I am. So I don't like to leave people, and I think it's a struggle as Black women too,
Yeah.
um in relationships with Black men. And it's that loyalty of like you don't want to leave them, you don't want to, but then they can act a fool. That's not okay. That's not okay. No, it's never okay to feel like you being dragged, abused, nothing. And you can be abused in a friendship as well. It ain't always physical. So just that struggle, that, like I said, that embarrassment, that you're so loyal that you put yourself through a fire before anybody else. You got to think about yourself too. You know what I mean? Because that person to be gone and happy with all your good advice, and you like, I can't even get out the bed today.
No,
Like,
for real.
right? Like that's not cool. So that's a struggle. I think also too, worrying. I just said it, worrying about somebody else's mental health before you worry about your own.
Yeah.
That's a struggle for me too, because I'm so used to putting people in front of me, right?
Yeah.
And that'll make you stay somewhere. That'll make you stay in a friendship, a relationship. Well, what if they do something?
Yeah.
What if they do something to themselves? What if they, you know what I'm saying? Like all those are like those guilt trips, and it makes it a struggle to break free from relationships.
And that's
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say that's stuff that you learn at a young age too. Is
Mm-hmm.
like the
Yes.
manipulation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and
I'm
every
gonna
time
say
I
being
see it,
related to people.
yep,
Being related to people is a guilt trip.
yep,
It's a guilt trip. Sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes they use that as a guilt trip. Well, that's just your such and such. Don't get me started.
yes,
Don't get me started. Well, you know how they are. No, no. Enough is enough.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Enough is enough. No,
And
it's not.
you know I'm behind you with that.
Right. That's just the way they are. So they just get to say what they want and do what they want, and we just love them. Okay, well, you love them over there,
yeah.
but they can't come over here.
But you know the crazy thing about that is like it really do come to light. Like
Hmm.
it's so crazy to me because I feel like growing up I was really one of the like black sheeps of the family. People, oh, don't be around her. What, whatever, right?
Hmm.
So then I'm like, okay. So then you start to think like, dang it, why that bad? And I'm thankful for the people
Hmm.
that I met young because it was like I could have really let that like
Yes.
demolish me as a person.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I was
Where my
like,
tambourine?
not the tambourine. I'm like, it literally could have demolished me as a person. And I feel like every step of the way, it was like I either had like a friend, a family member, or somebody that was like, nah, girl, come on. Fix that crown, girl. What you mean? What you mean? And I'm
Hmm.
like, you right. And so it's just like you said, like the last episode, definitely your community, your chosen family, all of that. And I was just like, dang. Had to think back on it a little bit. Like, dang, you really do gotta count your
Yeah.
blessings for real.
That's your blessings and balance. Check that. Like if somebody really loves you, and then you got this person that's always draining, check them. Put them against. Compare them.
Yeah,
Compare them. This is okay. This is my cousin Sarah, and this is my cousin Jimmy. Every
yeah,
time I talk to Sarah, we lit. We have a good time. We have our ups and downs, but we always, having a good time. Every time I talk to, I forgot the kid's name, but whoever I talk to, this other cousin, it's draining,
yeah,
right? Like it's draining. They take him from me. They always got something going on. They're never pouring in any positivity. When I give them positivity, they're like, no, that's not, no, no.
yeah,
Man, sometimes you got to pull away from people because
yeah,
your peace and your energy. We've been saying this a whole podcast is
yeah.
precious. Life is precious and short. You do not have to stay around negative energy because they related to you, because they're your cousin, because you've been with them for 30 years.
Okay.
You've been with them forever since you was in high school. So what?
I feel like that's the secret. You know, when people see us and they be like, y'all be smiling and bright and da 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 da.
Yes.
And I'm like, because we really be like, I'm gonna have to press pause. I'm gonna take my
Right.
sabbatical. I'm gonna
Yep.
go ahead and real head out real quick. And everybody be
Correct.
like, they quick to leave and da da da. But you still see I be shining bright, baby. And you
Yeah.
sure be waiting in my DMs to get that friend
Not the
request.
DM.
No, you know what I'm talking about. They be sitting there
Yes.
pending in the friend request like any day now. You know, and
Well,
when God lead me there, I'm like, you know
hmm
what? You've been waiting 5 years. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. But no, but sometimes it do be like that. It be like I gotta take my soul searching, and I gotta be like,
well, sometimes it takes your absence for people to realize how valuable you are,
yeah,
right? Sometimes it takes, like I said, not every, we're going to get to this part, but not every relationship has to be, we say the boundary,
yeah,
breaking away or cutting off, right? So setting a boundary, having that conversation, breaking away as far as giving yourself some time apart,
yeah,
or does that person really need to be cut off? And sometimes the one thing about me, baby, when I say I'm done, I'm done. And silence is one of my best features.
yeah,
Um, I've learned that over the years that everybody don't need to know how I feel about them. If I be quiet, go to my corner, and don't give my energy, that's the worst whooping they'll ever get because they
yeah,
will no longer have me.
yeah.
Know your worth.
Dang, I get that.
Tambourine. No.
Stop, stop, stop. Nah, that literally ties into like our last topic, which is like healthy ways to cut ties. I feel like we kind of like dove into some, but another few are like we said, like conversations and being able to like have those conversations that where you can set boundaries. And then if they aren't willing to take those boundaries, and that's like where a lot of my issues come into play. It's like I'm at a point in my life where it's like I at least try to communicate that, or if they communicate that to me, I'm not trying to be so like I don't know what's the word, like taking the feedback as like, oh, they attacking
Personal
me.
attacking you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more like, okay, let me take your feedback, and I'm like, all right, well, like I'm sorry you feel this way. That's not my intentions. At the end of the day, like this is where my mind at, or this is what's
Right.
going on. You know what I mean? And for me, I'm like, that's a lot of growth. But on the other
Girl,
hand,
I was just about to say, may I applaud you? Because we just went through this week,
right?
and you was running down your charges, and I was like, Yasmina.
Yeah, okay,
When she hear me say that in that tone, she'd be like, "What's up, La? Like, go ahead and
right, right.
but taking that time out and being accountable for your part in someone else's feelings are important.
Right, and that's why I'm saying I be
I
quick.
know.
I'm
I
like,
applaud you. You did that.
thank
If I
you,
had a tambourine, I would play it. I'm just
thank
saying.
you. I'm telling you because I'm genuinely like, okay, it's feedback. Let me clock it because at the end of the day, I'm ready to start having kids soon. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm over here trying to learn these life lessons. It's like you not gonna grow if you comfortable, and that's just the truth. So I just be like, okay. So I'm like, let me just slow my pride and let me text this, But then when I don't be getting no response or it's like different energy, then I'm like, now the cycle coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know
I'm
what I
like,
mean?
remember the growth, remember the growth, remember the
Literally, I'm
growth.
like, do your breathings, and I'm literally like, you know what? So then I just be like, forget it, like cut off, and then I had to like, which I'm still learning because I definitely was like, okay, cut off because I got my own history, and with that was another thing. It's just
Hmm.
like history and all of that, and so I was like, you know what? Let me take a second because once again, La
Hmm.
gave me that breakthrough and was like, hey, some people need you more than you think.
Hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let me swallow my pride. And that was gross. That was gross. That was
That
gross.
was gross. Yes, it
Yes,
was. I
yes.
was very proud of you. And it wasn't like it was like 4 years ago when I had to say it over and over again. You
Yeah.
took it and you was like, you know what? And you processed, and it was quick. It wasn't hours. It was like in 15 minutes. You kind
Yeah.
of processed. And I'm like, look at you. I'm proud of you.
Tambourine, tambourine.
Tambourine.
Oh Lord. All right. What about you, La? What is a healthy way for you to like cut ties?
I mean, the healthiest way for me, because I've learned that my words or my tongue cuts, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, my silence too, if I care about you, sometimes I'm quiet. Um, because if I react to you in the moment, I may say something that I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I've learned that over the years because I've damaged relationships. Because when it start going, everybody can get it. Like everybody's getting it, right? Like
Okay.
your shoes is whack, you're whack, you're twisted. Now a little DMX there, but
Oh gosh.
but I've learned to use my silence. But now I'm learning to say something. Because see, I would just stop talking.
Mm,
That's not healthy because now this person don't know what I mean, they get the point that you're not talking to them, but to
yeah.
leave somebody hanging is not okay. I've learned that in my
Yeah.
last relationship. I really hurt him a couple of times because I just stopped talking. I stopped communicating.
Yeah.
More or less because I was processing, but I didn't communicate that, right?
Yeah.
So I've kind of learned how to say, hey, I need a minute, or I need a break, or I feel this way. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm drained, I got other stuff going on. We need a minute. I need 30. Look, I'm getting ultimatums. I need 30 days.
Stop.
If you
Stop.
know, you know where that 30 days came from. But but being able to say those things, right, in a healthy way has helped me create boundaries. And then when I'm in that silence, I need to see, okay, do I need to come back to this relationship? Do I need
Mm,
to once again set a boundary, or can I just, is this person not healthy for me? And once again, if I'm not healthy, then my family's not healthy. And my family is my world. So if this person is not healthy for me, they're not healthy for my unit.
yeah.
So just working in my silence and really being intentional on who I bring into my space, who I allow, who I release out of my space is important. And I've just learned that in my silence.
And we also both learned something very important while having a family outing. We ready to move.
Yeah, it's time.
It is
Yeah,
time.
it's time. We are out of here.
Out of here. Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're both excited for that. That is like new
Yes, we are
chapters.
moving, and it's like officially we are moving. It ain't if we gonna move, are we back and
Yeah.
forth? We're moving
Yeah.
soon.
Soon. Oh my goodness. It's crazy.
Yes, yes.
So we're hyped. We're excited for that. Is there anything else you wanted to say before I give them the challenge of the week?
Just excess. Some days I can't get it out.
I was gonna say something, but I'm like,
Just
never mind.
I, because the word can't come out right now. Look over your relationships and make sure that they're serving you, but you're also serving them. If you're the Debbie Downer, maybe you need to take a break. If you need help, say something. You know what I mean? Don't just leave your friends in the dark. Don't just walk away. Don't be silent. Because it could be the other way around. You could be the one. You could need the help. Say something.
I could.
If you need help, put it in chat. Say something.
Yeah,
Nobody's alone. But if you don't say nothing, people don't know what to think.
that was deep. You got me even thinking for real, because I'm like, that's my next session with you. You was like, well, maybe Yazzy, you. I was like, oh, well, we got to do the podcast first. So that might be next week's episode, y'all. You wait on it. Okay. Okay.
Hey, don't forget to kind of put your don't forget to comment,
Suggestions.
guys,
Yes.
and put any suggestions you have. Because we got that one from Monique. Shout out to Monique, and it was a really good episode.
Hey.
Any suggestions you have, anything that I said you didn't like, please let's have a conversation about it. Anything Yazzie said, let's conversate.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Nicely.
Cause
Okay.
because you know we are 2P spicy.
Okay. Okay. No, let me stop.
They've learned this weekend. Don't come for us. Let's just
I'm
send
sent
for
for
you.
you.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the challenge of the week. Shh. I'm
Tamarind,
talking
tamarind, tamarind.
tambourine, tambourine, tambourine. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, challenge of the week. Think of one relationship in your life that's been draining you. Ask yourself, is it time for a boundary, a break, or a cutoff? Write it down, even if you don't act yet. Awareness is the first step. Tambourine, tambourine.
Tamarind, tamarind.
And we out, y'all. It's Yazzy Yaz and
Lie, lie. Use your tongue.
period.